The most frustrating experience for a man over 40 is not the physical decline of his muscles, but the slow and steady erosion of his mental edge. You find yourself standing in a room forgetting why you walked in there, or staring at a computer screen for hours while your productivity slips through your fingers like sand. This persistent mental fog is often dismissed as a normal symptom of aging or a consequence of a stressful career. But the truth is far more sinister. You are not losing your mind. You are simply losing the biological war for your brain's energy. Your brain is the most metabolically expensive organ in your body, consuming 20% of your daily calories. And when your internal chemistry is out of balance, your brain is the first system to be throttled down to save power. We are currently living through a silent epidemic of neuroinflammation caused by a modern world that is hyperstimulated and nutritionally bankrupt. Every time you consume processed vegetable oils or hidden sugars, you are triggering an immune response in your brain that literally slows down the speed of your thoughts. This inflammation acts like a thick blanket over your neurons, preventing them from firing at the velocity required for high-level decision-making and creative problem-solving. But the sabotage doesn't stop at your diet. It extends to the very air you breathe and the digital signals you allow into your subconscious. We have become a generation of men who are constantly reacting to dopamine loops designed to keep us distracted and cognitively weak. This constant state of high alert keeps your brain locked in a primitive survival mode where deep focus becomes impossible. To sharpen your mind like a razor, you must first understand that your brain is not a separate entity from your body. It is a reflection of your systemic health. The sharp focus you had in your 20s was not a gift of youth, but a result of a clean metabolic environment that has since been cluttered by decades of poor inputs and environmental toxins. To reclaim your cognitive dominance, you must stop treating the symptoms with more caffeine and start addressing the underlying biological collapse. The path to a legendary mind begins with a total audit of your daily habits and an understanding of how to flip the switch from a foggy survival state to a high-performance flow state. This biological collapse is most evident in the way your brain currently processes energy. For most men over 40, the brain has become locked into a state of glucose dependency. When you rely solely on carbohydrates and sugars for fuel, your brain experiences constant peaks and crashes. These fluctuations leave your cognitive functions at the mercy of your blood sugar levels. This is why you experience that devastating afternoon slump where your focus vanishes and your irritability spikes. Your neurons are literally starving for stable energy. Your body has lost the ability to tap into its most efficient fuel source, which is your own stored body fat. This metabolic inflexibility is the primary driver of brain fog. It is compounded by a lack of essential phospholipids and omega-3 fatty acids. These are required to maintain the structural integrity of your brain cells. Your brain is 60% fat. If you are not providing it with high-quality animal-based fats, you are essentially forcing your most vital organ to run on fumes. Furthermore, the modern habit of constant multitasking and chronic screen exposure has physically rewired your brain. This rewiring has resulted in a shorter attention span. Every time you check a notification or switch between tabs, you are performing a microtask switch. This drains your prefrontal cortex of its limited energy reserves. This constant switching keeps your brain in a state of shallow processing. You can no longer access the deep work states required for true dominance in your field. You have been conditioned to believe that your declining focus is an inevitable part of the aging process, but it is actually a direct result of nutritional deficiencies and a fragmented attention economy. To reverse this damage and sharpen your mental edge, you must begin by providing your brain with the raw materials it needs. These materials will help repair its damaged neural pathways. This means shifting your diet toward high-density nutrients that stabilize your blood sugar and lower systemic inflammation. But nutrition is only the foundation. A truly sharp mind also requires a radical restructuring of how you engage with the world around you. You must learn to protect your cognitive energy as if it were your most valuable currency. Because once it is spent, you are left vulnerable to the fog that defines the average man's existence. Protecting this cognitive currency requires a strategic return to the environmental inputs that once allowed the human mind to operate with legendary precision. The first step in reclaiming your mental dominance is to force your brain to regain its metabolic flexibility through the practice of intermittent fasting. By extending the period between your last meal of the day and your first meal of the next, you allow your insulin levels to drop low enough for your liver to produce ketones. Ketones are a premium fuel source for your brain that burn cleaner than glucose, providing a steady and unshakable stream of energy that eliminates the afternoon crash entirely. When your brain runs on ketones, it upregulates the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, which acts like a fertilizer for your neurons, helping to repair damaged pathways and grow new connections. This physiological reset must be supported by a radical cleanup of your evening routine, because your brain's ability to focus tomorrow depends entirely on the cleaning process that happens tonight. During deep sleep, your brain's glymphatic system opens up to flush out the metabolic waste products and toxic proteins that accumulate during the day. If you are drinking alcohol or staring at bright screens before bed, you are effectively shutting down this cleaning crew, leaving your brain cluttered and foggy the next morning. Furthermore, you must introduce specific micronutrients that act as cognitive amplifiers, such as magnesium L-threonate, which can cross the blood-brain barrier to improve memory, and choline, which is the precursor to the neurotransmitter responsible for focus and muscle control. But even the best nutrition and sleep cannot overcome a fragmented mind, which is why you must also practice the art of deep work. By dedicating just 90 minutes of your morning to a single high-value task without any digital distractions, you are training your prefrontal cortex to regain its lost strength. This intentional focus, combined with a clean metabolic environment, creates a synergy that makes your mind feel 20 years younger. You are no longer just hoping for a good day. You are architecting a brain that is capable of sustained and intense concentration. Architecting this level of sustained concentration is the ultimate competitive advantage for the man over 40. While the rest of the world is drowning in a sea of distractions, you will be operating with a clarity that others can only dream of. Reclaiming your mental edge is not just about being more productive at work. It is about being more present for your family, having the emotional stability to lead, and maintaining the sharp wit that defines your personality. Every choice you make to prioritize your brain's health is a step away from the fog of mediocrity and a step toward a life of mastery. You now have the fundamental knowledge to stop the biological erosion of your mind and start the process of cognitive rebirth. The transition from feeling broken to feeling invincible happens one decision at a time. The momentum you build starting today will carry you into a future of limitless potential. If you are ready to stop settling for a foggy existence, join a brotherhood of men who are dedicated to sharpening their minds and bodies. Make sure to become a permanent part of our community by hitting the subscribe button for the Midlife Diet. By subscribing, you are choosing to stay at the forefront of human performance and hormonal optimization. Like this video if you are committed to reclaiming your focus. Share it with someone who is struggling to find their edge, because true strength is found in helping others rise. As we conclude this masterclass, remember that your mental clarity is your most valuable asset. It is your responsibility to guard it with everything you have. Before you take action, please be aware that this content is for informational and educational purposes only. You must always consult a licensed healthcare professional before making any changes to your diet, exercise, or supplementation routines to ensure they are safe for your individual health profile. Your mind is a weapon, and it is time to start treating it like one. So step out of the fog and start dominating your world today.